watching WXYZ 7. Now, Action News at 11.
When you're coaching against a team, you can't do anything about this. That is just a miraculous shot.
And shots like that helped the Spurs break away and beat the Pistons tonight in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Oh, my, was that painful. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. An early lead for the Pistons slipped away in San Antonio tonight.
Yes, indeed. Hearts are heavy. We do have Team 7 coverage of the post-game spin. Let's head down to Texas and speak to Vic Faust, who's at the SBC Center, where the game just ended. And, oh, it hurt, it hurt, it hurt.
Hey, guys, I tell you what, it hurts for us, yes, but imagine the Pistons back in the locker room right now. It's going to hurt those guys as well. And right now in the parking lot outside the SBC Center, it's absolute pandemonium. These Spurs fans are excited. They had to wait 8 long days to play. And a lot of people thought the Pistons were coming in as the underdog, but this Pistons team didn't look that great tonight. We pick up with Chauncey off the steal, the fast break layup to rip. That's good. It was 17-4 Detroit. Things looking great. Next play, Robert Horry comes up with the steal. He feeds the big dog, Glenn Robertson, for the jam. 20-15 Detroit at that point. To the second quarter, Chauncey again. He had a pretty good game with the layup around Detroit. Look at that, around Tim Duncan, 27-22 Detroit. Moving on, look at this. Chauncey Billups with the steal, the drive, and watch this move, everybody. Behind the back and up and in, 31-24 Detroit. Then, off a Piston turnover, it's Tony Parker. The 23-year-old also had a big night, coast to coast for the bucket. It was 31-29 Detroit. At that point, they had a 2-point lead at half. Now we move ahead to the second half, third quarter. Nazi with the putback over the head of the Spurs. Look at that, 44-43 at that point. It started to get close. Tim Duncan, he carried his team in the first half, slowed down in the second, but he did get this hook shot. It falls, plus the foul by Rashid. He would add the free throw. It was 49-45 Spurs. Now to the fourth quarter, one man took over. His name, Manu Ginobili. With the layup, the guy can flat out play. Again, Ginobili would show it again in the fourth quarter. He was unstoppable. Off a Muhammad block, Ginobili puts it up and in again. He was outstanding. It was a total team effort for the Spurs tonight. They go on to beat our Pistons 84-69 for the 15-point win. And how things can change from one year. Last year, of course, it was the Pistons taking game 1 against the Lakers. Now we're seeing the Pistons, if they're going to make it 2 in a row, they're going to have to reach down deep like they continually do and come back and try to equal this series in game 2 on Sunday night. It was a fantastic start for the Pistons, but in the end, the Spurs too much. And, of course, we're not happy about what we saw, but you know what? This team never does anything easy, so why should we be surprised? We're going to have much more as Sports Director Don Shane is inside as we continue our post-game coverage. So until then, Carolyn, we'll send it back to you, and then it's an unfortunate night for us Piston fans.
It is, but that's all right. We'll rebound, and there was some suspect calls tonight, too. So our boys, they'll come back. All right, thanks, Vic.
Well, you got it.
All right. Now let's check in with Action News reporter Glenn Zimmerman live in Auburn Hills, where thousands of Pistons fans were glued to Palace Vision. They're a little disappointed, too, I'm sure. Glenn?
Very disappointed. No big celebrations out here. Everyone is just leaving. I have to say a lot about these fans, though. I was told the Palace Vision night was very loud. Everyone got into it, and I'm telling you, no joke. With a sound that could be heard all the way in San Antonio, the thousands here at the Palace of Auburn Hills had one single message. Yes, this is a family-friendly environment, but we are Piston fans. Hear us roar. The roar took on different expressions. Some were artistic, others just enthusiastic. Some kicked back on their heels, while most were more active, believing imitation is the best expression of flattery. Come on, flex for him. Flex him! Regardless of whether you're the Pistons fan going berserk with every bend and turn of the game, or are simply a little more easily distracted, everyone seemed to love the show. Perhaps the best part was the 5 kids that were announced as each of the starting 5 Pistons. They had their moment, and it was perfect. What did it feel like?
It felt like I was rich and famous.
I love that kid. Well, 13,000 at this point, almost 13,000 sad fans, but they'll do it again. Palace Vision again on Sunday night. hopefully a better outcome. We're live here from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Glenn Zimmerman, Channel 7 Action News.
All right, thanks, Glenn. And by now, he's in bed. He doesn't know what happened. Well, the game did have a very special moment of pride for the family of a young man from Southgate who's serving in the Air Force. Action News reporter Glenda Lewis is live at their home tonight with their story. Glenda?
Oh, and Frank, inside this home is a family bursting with pride. Their only son was one of the only airmen to serve as honor guard before tonight's big game, and we were with them when they found out.
Oh, that is so cool, Robert. We're all going to be watching you.
A quick phone call confirmed just what the Broats family had hoped for. What exactly will you be doing?
I'll be carrying the lead rifle out right in front of the American flag. I'll be leading everybody out on the court.
Airman Robert Broats, better known here as beloved son and brother, is one of 4 Air Force members who performed honor guard duties at the start of the Pistons Spurs championship Game 1. Here he is with Vic Faust in San Antonio.
Obviously, you're a Pistons fan, right?
Oh, yeah. Go Pistons. That's right.
Very proud of Robert right now. He looked good on TV. And I hope the Pistons look as good as he did.
Chauncey, Rip, Ben, you're just going to have to wait. This crowd is rooting for Robert first.
That's my baby brother.
Tell me how you feel.
I was going to cry. I was excited. And he looked good. He looked good.
Oh, he looked great, and he also gave us a prediction for the series. Robert says Pistons in 6, so that's straight from the honor guard's mouth. Live in Southgate, I'm Glenda Lewis. Carolyn, back to you.
Let's hope it works, too, Glenda. Another Michigan family beamed with pride when the honor guard stood at attention tonight. Staff Sergeant Kimberly A.C. Parks is from Detroit. She was also chosen to represent the Pistons' hometown at the pregame ceremony in San Antonio. Staff Sergeant Parks says it is truly an honor.
Great opportunity to serve my country and also to represent Detroit. Go Pistons, go.
Do you have friends and family that are watching the game tonight that you'd like to say hi to?
Everybody. My mom, my dad, my boys in Norway, Megan, everybody.
And Staff Sergeant Parks has a prediction for the finals as well. She says the Pistons will bring it home in 6. I still hold to 7. Aha.
Well, the Pistons' biggest fan will soon be sporting his true colors with a new outfit for the finals. Workers spent the day putting the finishing stitches on a giant jersey for the Spirit of Detroit statue downtown. He wore one last year when the Pistons won the championship, but the new jersey is a little bit different. It's scaled down a bit to give the Green Giant a more tailored look.
Hopefully he'll look like the jersey fits better and like he's actually a basketball player. This was quite an experience, just trying to figure out how to do this.
Well, we'll see how it fits tomorrow morning when the Spirit of Detroit suits up to cheer on the defending champs. Pistons fans who can't be in San Antonio for the finals don't have to go far to feel like they're in Texas. They can hang their hat and watch the games at the Texas Bar on Detroit's east side. The owner is originally from the Lone Star State, but moved to the Motor City decades ago. Even though Texas has a special place in her heart, she leaves no doubt about her loyalties in the NBA Finals.
I've been here 30 years, so naturally I'm a Piston fan. I wouldn't be able to come back in here if I didn't say that.
You know you are on TV right now, right?
I never hear the end of it.
Regina was born and raised in Texas and even used to live in San Antonio.
She's a Piston fan now.
Yeah, she better be.
That's right.
Well, before we head to a break, let's take a look at one of the great plays from tonight's game.
We need to see a great play, don't we? Chauncey Billups on the fast break in the second quarter, fakes the pass and then scores for 2. What a play, right? Stay with us. We have much more Team 7 coverage of the NBA Finals. Post-game coverage still to come on Action News. Don't go away.
Should I put my hair up?
Cheers to friends. Labatt Blue Light.
Time is running away again. Tick tock, no time to wait or contemplate.
Comcast high-speed internet. Faster than DSL, so music, photos, everything downloads in an instant. And we just keep getting faster, so you can do more online. It's one more reason more people across America choose Comcast. Call today for this great offer.
Wallside Windows guarantees we won't be undersold. At Wallside, we manufacture and install our own windows. We manufacture our own insulated glass. We can give you more and still sell for less.
We can do that. We are the factory.
Right now, get double-hung tilt-in windows from under $200 installed. And you pay nothing till July 2006. Wallside won't be undersold. Give us 15 minutes in your home and we'll prove it. 1-800-521-7800.
Why should you be a Bell Tire customer? 1, out-the-door pricing. Mounting, balancing, valve stems, and tire disposal are all free. Plus, if we can't beat your best deal, it's free.
2, the largest selection of brand name tires anywhere. Nobody carries more in stock.
3, the best customer service. Experts help you choose the right tires, and ASE certified mechanics get any job done right.
Did I mention we beat all deals or it's free? Trust us, we'll make you happy you came in.
That's a promise.
Bell Tire.
Miss Nightline? Miss this. And tonight on Nightline, it's not the subject matter, it's the defendant. A tale of two trials.
So you feeling a little low after watching all of that?
Little blue.
Little blue.
You know,
little low.
Didn't turn out the way we wanted, but we're going to hear a little bit about why now. We're going to take you live to San Antonio in the post-game press conference. Here's Coach Larry Brown.
Matched their energy. Their effort was phenomenal. I thought the whole game. First quarter, we had a lot of easy shots. Really could have had a big lead. After that, they just made hustle play after hustle play. You know, you look at, they had 58 rebounds. We had 42. They kept balls alive, got loose balls. You know, our guards took 25 out of 40 shots first half. Rashid took 3 shots the first 3 minutes. And then he shot one where he had to when the clock was running down, never touched the ball after that. But they had everything to do with that. They just defended great. And Bowen was phenomenal. You know, he made it tough for Rip, and you got to give him a lot of credit for the way he defended.
Again on this side. Coach Desmond Wallace from ESPN. Could you talk about the play of Manu Ginobili, particularly in the fourth quarter tonight?
Well, he was 9 for 10 the second half. You know, he got it to the rim. He got a couple of big offensive rebounds. He was marvelous on both ends. You know, he did a great job defensively. You know, Tayshaun, you know, he had a tough matchup guarding Tayshaun and did well there. You know, every time, you know, you thought we were going to, you know, make a little run, he made a huge play, hits a big 3, makes a dunk with the clock running down. You know, he played a marvelous game. They, you know, they defended us better than any team all year, and I think most of it came because of their effort and the fact that they rebounded so effectively.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Well, Larry Brown talking about that. You know, you can't really tell by Larry's demeanor because
he's the same
he
time.
sounds like that even after a victory. So he's kind of subdued. But
yeah.
We'll be right back with more in a moment. Stay tuned.
See you guys later. See you later, Cheryl.
The new Ford 500 from your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. With all-wheel drive, a 5-star safety rating, command seating, and the most room in its class. It's a car you'll want to drive and drive.
What took you guys so long?
AZD Plan customers can lease a well-equipped 500 SEL for $235 a month with $20.80 due at signing.
See y'all back in Detroit.
Hey, wait up. I'm coming with you.
See your Metro Detroit Ford dealers today.
Hi, I'm Brian Elias, president of 800 Hanson's, where you get better windows for less and a whole lot more. You need new siding for your house, it's 800 Hanson's. How about a new roof? It's 800 Hanson's. Gutter guards for your house, it's 800 Hanson's. How about new doors? 800 Hanson's. If you find a better product at a better price, I'll give you $100 towards the purchase of theirs. Now that's a guarantee.
Call 1-800-HANSON's. Get it done.
A complete wrap-up of Game 1 tonight after Action News.
Relax into it. You got it. Get over here. You got to get your head in the game. You're stepping in the bucket. Your mechanics are miserable. What are you thinking about? Again? You got to be kidding me. Get over there.
He's thinking about Arby's Bacon Cheddar Melts. Come in and get 2 of them for just $3. It's an amazing deal on a delicious sandwich that'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's.
When you want health coverage, you want it to cover you wherever you go. Plus, the ability to choose a doctor close to home. With choices big enough for worldwide conglomerates. Plus flexibility for groups as small as 2. Introducing Michigan's newest line of health coverage products, all powered by HAP. Visit HAP.org to get powered by HAP.
Get the power!
It's the Chrysler and Jeep Superstore's APBA Gold Cup races. There's lots of action on the water and off. Because right now, qualified returning Daimler Chrysler employee lessees coming off an eligible lease can get a Jeep Liberty Sport for just $179 a month. Plus, test drive any Chrysler or Jeep vehicle and get 2 free tickets to the races on Sunday, July 17th. Don't miss the action during the summer sales drive. Get to your Chrysler and Jeep Superstores today.
It feels like it's cloudy.
Yeah, you know,
I don't know if it is.
It rained a little bit. You would think it would have cooled things off, but it just got muggy, Jerry.
It just feels cloudy.
Matter of fact, that's exactly what happened. The humidity has been climbing, and it's been very sticky out there this evening, although things are drying out now. The big storms are gone. They left behind some trees and power lines, as we'll see in a minute, down. But on the upper radar right now, we're seeing a line of showers and thunderstorms off to the east, coming through Ontario and the western part of Lake Erie at the moment. These storms are still pretty hefty. They're still producing some small hail and some heavy downpours, but they're well east of us, and we don't see anything new developing off to the west. As a matter of fact, taking a look at Viper, you'll see the broader view here. Where they are getting hammered still at this hour is up in the Thumb, up around Caseville and Port Austin. They're getting heavy rain up there, and as a matter of fact, there's a flash flood warning up there because some of the roads are getting inundated with the heavy rain that's falling, and this very slow-moving cluster of storms that's trying to move out over Lake Huron right now. Our storms are out to the east, to the west. Things are nice and quiet. We expect that they'll remain that way for the remainder of tonight. But I mentioned some trees and power lines were knocked down by those storms earlier tonight in Luna Pier, down river in Monroe County, also up in Romeo and Macomb County and Ypsilanti and Washtenaw County, but nothing major. We're also keeping our eye on Tropical Storm Arlene tonight. The tropical storm is about 75 miles south-southeast of the western tip of Cuba. Top winds only 40 miles an hour, but packing quite a bit of rain and eventually may affect the Gulf Coast of the U.S. That'll come this weekend. Temperatures across the area right now range from 72 here in Detroit to 74 up at Pontiac, 72 at Mount Clemens, 75 at Port Huron. Ann Arbor, the cool spot right now at 68 degrees. We've got a mix of clouds out there at the moment, partly cloudy skies for the most part, 78% the humidity with a steady barometer, northwesterly wind at 3 miles an hour, maybe a little light fog developing in some areas because of all this humidity in the air. Overnight lows will stay near 70 here near the city and then get down to like 68 at Ortonville and 68 degrees up at places like Mount Clemens and Romeo. Today's high was 90 degrees, 70 degrees the low, and a half an inch of rain fell out of Metro Airport. The weather's still very active out over the Plain States with tornado watches up just a short time ago. Now, severe thunderstorm watch boxes up through Iowa and Minnesota. And I suspect that's where the active weather is going to be again tomorrow, well to our west. We're going to be in the humid, muggy air through the daylight hours. Can't rule out a stray shower or thunderstorm, but I think the strongest storms will be out over Minnesota and Iowa, although we'll keep our eye on it as we go through the afternoon again on Friday. High temperatures tomorrow in the upper 80s, 88 at Trenton and Ypsilanti, 87 at St. Clair Shores. Also another ozone action day, so try not to mow your lawn tomorrow and don't top off your tank if you don't have to. Partly cloudy skies skies, overnight lows, 70 degrees here in the city, and as you saw, just a little cooler in some of the suburbs. A warm, humid day for Friday with a high of 88. And during the afternoon again, we'll hit these pop-up thunder showers and thunderstorms once again with a southwesterly wind at 5 to 15 miles an hour. And the story stays the same right through the weekend and into the start of next week. It may be a week from now before we get a break from this heat and humidity. And as long as it hangs around here, so does the threat of showers and thunderstorms. We are in midsummer form with our weather, and summer hasn't even gotten underway yet.
So if the Pistons start winning, it's all good.
It is.
Well, it's always good.
They will, though.
That's right.
All right, thank you. A man who had something to hide is accused of leading police on a dangerous high-speed chase. Monroe County deputy tried to pull over the red villager on a traffic violation. The driver hit the gas and didn't stop until he reached Detroit. Police used a taser gun to arrest 38-year-old Charles Fordson of San Diego. They say he took off because the villager was packed with cocaine worth $10 million on the street. 3 teenagers are facing jail time tonight after breaking into a home and then trashing it. They smashed windows to get into the home and then did more than $20,000 worth of damage inside. Their fury was fueled by drinking the beer of their victim. Police easily rounded up the vandals. One of them left a homework assignment behind.
Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick held out a modest olive branch today. He offered an amendment to the city council that would restore $38 million for police, fire, and homeland security. The money would come at the expense of city airport and circuit court subsidies. Council President Mary Ann Mahaffey seemed unimpressed, but did say no matter what, the fireworks will go on. The driver of a pickup truck that crashed through a motorcycle shop walked away unharmed. K&W Psycho wasn't so lucky, though. The red Ford truck left a big hole in the storefront and a big mess to clean up. No one was inside the business at the time. The driver careened across the parking lot after a car hit him in a nearby intersection.
Coming up, we'll take a look at some of the stories making national news tonight when we come back. Stay tuned.
Comcast high-speed internet. Faster than DSL, so music, photos, everything downloads in an instant. And we just keep getting faster. So you can do more online. It's one more reason more people across America choose Comcast. Call today for this great offer.
So, the open road, huh, Katie?
It's sublime, Todd.
It's nothing like it.
Except the fruit buzz.
I think my helmet's too tight, because it sounded like you said a fruit buzz.
I did. It's what happens when you eat McDonald's new fruit and walnut salad.
All right.
Fresh apples and plump grapes, creamy low-fat yogurt, and sweet candied walnuts. So amazing, it just makes me feel like...
Giving me the reins to this bad motor scooter?
Nope.
For breakfast, lunch, or just a snack, McDonald's new fruit and walnut salad. Get a fruit buzz.
Chevy's proud to be the #1 selling passenger car brand. And we also have the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. We've always broken the rules. Now we're rewriting them. Introducing for the first time ever, the Chevy Employee Discount for everyone. You pay what we pay, not a cent more. Now lease an 05 Trailblazer LS two-wheel drive for $219 a month. Residency restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Chevy drives the Motor City. See your Detroit area Chevy dealer today.
For a good.
If you haven't met this guy,
Bell Tire.
You really should.
Bell Tire.
See, he knows what you want because he's got what you want. Watch. Who has the guaranteed lowest out-the-door pricing every day?
Bell Tire.
Who beats all deals or it's free?
Bell Tire.
Who has the biggest selection of name brand tires in stock?
Bell Tire.
Who has the best service?
Bell Tire.
Who invented steel-belted radials? Gotcha. If you haven't met this guy, stop by. Trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise.
Bell Tire.
Ever had too much of a good thing? We have, which is why we're having the huge Gardner White Be-All End-All clearance event. And that means incredible savings at closeout prices. Now is the time to get our finest furniture with no interest until 2008 and no minimum purchase. Plus, Gardner White pays your sales tax on every item you buy. And you get free next-day delivery and setup.
Too much of a good thing can be a great thing when it's the Gardner White Be-All End-All clearance event.
everyone, I'm Don Shane inside the SBC Center after the Game 1 loss. The Pistons losing to the Spurs tonight, 84-69. Chauncey Billups is at the podium right now. Let's hear what Chauncey has to say.
You didn't, they didn't,
Let's come back to you, man.
Yeah, let's come back. Right here on this side.
Roland Lazenby, Lindy's. You guys have a fine rebounding team. How were they able to really take control of the boards tonight? Because that was a huge factor.
We do. We have a very good rebounding team, as they do. You know, they killed us on the boards tonight. I think us as guards got to come back in and help, you know, and help with the rebounding and get some of those longer rebounds. Like I think their guards did. You know, our bigs were in the right positions, but a lot of times we got some funny bounces and their guards got them and ours didn't. So I think we gotta help the big guys try to help rebound.
This side in the back.
Chauncey, Desmond Wallace from ESPN. Could you talk about the play of Manu Ginobili tonight, and what were your thoughts on that block charge call on Ben Wallace?
I'll talk about the first part. He was good, man. I mean, he did what he does. You know, he's a slasher. He can also shoot it. He's an energy guy. I thought he came out and did all of those. You know, he did all of those. That's what they depend on him to do, and he did that against a tough defender like Tayshaun. You know, he has to be slashing and be on the move, because if he's not and he lets Tayshaun lock in, it's going to be difficult for him. But he had it easy. I think we'll try to make it a little tougher on him and not let him get into his sweet spots as easy as we did today. No comment. Coach, no, actually, it was, you know, I thought it was a charge, but it could have really went either way. You know what I mean? It was a great play. But, you know, I thought it was a charge.
Last question right here.
Coach Brown said he didn't really like you guys' energy at any point after the first 7 or 8 minutes, but they weren't able to pull away until those few possessions in the fourth quarter where they made the run. What was the difference in there, energy-wise?
Well, you know, I thought we had energy. I thought we had some energy. I thought we failed to, like I said, execute like we should have. But I don't think they just really outworked us and outworked us. They outplayed us and out-executed us in some stretches. And, you know, in the finals and in a series this big with two very good teams, I think, you know, execution is going to be the key. And they out-executed us, you know, in a couple stretches that hurt us.
Thank you.
Chauncey Billups, the one Piston who did play very well tonight. The Spurs have given the Pistons a number of things to think about because Tim Duncan played his usual terrific game, and the guards, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker, also played very, very well. The Pistons getting thrashed here in the second half and losing 84-69. We've got highlights and some locker room comments from some of the guys coming up on the post-game show a few moments from now. I'm Don Shane in San Antonio. Frank and Carolyn, back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you, Don.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
The internet has changed our lives forever. Now we're making a change you're really going to like. Get SBC Yahoo DSL for just $14.95 a month when you order online. It's high-speed internet for a dial-up price. What are you waiting for?
Ever had too much of a good thing? We have, which is why we're having the huge Gardner White Be-All-End-All clearance event. And that means incredible savings at closeout prices. Now is the time to get our finest furniture with no interest until 2008 and no minimum purchase. Plus, Gardner White pays your sales tax on every item you buy. And you get free next-day delivery and setup.
Too much of a good thing can be a great thing when it's the Gardner White Be-All-End-All clearance event.
You're on your way to a better day when you think Ford first.
During our June sales event, get $3,000 cash back on Ford Escape. Escape is America's best-selling small SUV. It's fun to drive and offers good fuel economy. Lease a Limited now for only $211 a month. Current AZD plan employees can lease a fully equipped Escape Limited for $211 a month with $2206 due at signing. Only $211, only through July 5th.
Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
Detroit's 2006 Super Bowl, an extra-large party Motown style. Your official home for the big game is only on 7.
Obsessed with prevention? With coverage of routine preventive care, we're obsessed with prevention too. Are you powered by HAP?
Now get high-speed internet for the price of dial-up. In other words, the wait is over. Get SBC Yahoo DSL for just $14.95 a month when you order online. Do the math, compare, and save.
A pilot lost his life when a plane slammed into a house in Texas and erupted into a fireball. It happened in Montgomery County, Texas. Both the aircraft and home were destroyed. Firefighters had to rush to the scene upon impact. Fortunately, no one was inside the home at the time of that crash. A vicious attack unfolds in Philadelphia, and amazingly, it was all caught on tape. The surveillance video was taken inside an adult bookstore. A 68-year-old clerk was working alone Wednesday when he was attacked by a man asking for some change. When the clerk turned around, he was bashed in the head with a concrete brick. Police caught the suspect only a few blocks from the scene. The store clerk was treated at the hospital and is in good condition tonight.
An Indiana man was killed in a bizarre accident that happened as he slept in his bed. A huge tree limb fell through his South Bend home and crushed him. The death was ruled accidental, and there were no storms in the area when the branch fell. The man's wife and child were at home at the time, but they were not injured. A grandfather has been arrested for possessing child pornography of his own granddaughter. Police say 63-year-old Richard Hawes admitted to the crime. He took the photographs of his 2-year-old granddaughter while visiting her family in Florida. The photos were discovered while being processed at a drugstore.
For the first time in the history of Mothers Against Drunk Driving, the organization will be headed by a father. Glenn Birch has been dubbed the Mad Dad. He's the first man and first minority to be elected president. In 1988, a drunk driver hit and killed his 1-year-old son. Birch edged out 2 women for the 3-year term, and he'll be busy. In 2004 alone, Mad served more than 30,000 victims.
Well, that'll do it for Action News tonight.
Stay tuned for the Pistons postgame show next with Don Shane and the Channel 7 sports team.
This has been a presentation of 7 Action News, on your side. In Michigan, more people get their news from 7 Action News than any other source.
Oh, don't you love that? Good ice cream! Where is it? You're getting an ice cream? You think they're coming back soon? I sure hope so.
On demand, free with Comcast Digital Cable. Pick from movies, cable shows, classic sitcoms, and cartoons. Then play, stop, rewind.
Oh, they're back.
Or pause.
Where is my one?
Comcast Digital Cable with On Demand. $29.99 per month for 6 months. Now TV waits for you.
Major furniture manufacturers have sold Art Van hundreds of items at a fraction of the cost. Now, you'll save more on more styles during the final days of our buying power sale. Don't miss your last chance to save 50% off this Kathy Ireland 4-piece bedroom. Compare at $28.80. Now only $13.99. Plus, you do not pay for 1.5 years, and there's free next-day delivery and setup. But hurry, these are the final days. After Monday, Art Van's buying power sale will be no more.
Well, I've had a good experience online because I move around a lot. So I'm able to find a computer somewhere, sit down, I can communicate with my agent.
We're able to do so much online.
Even if it's late at night, folks love to go to rockfinancial.com because we've got articles, we've got calculators, we've got all of our featured options. You go to rockfinancial.com, you're going to find a lot of information.
That's very convenient to be able to go online and see exactly where the loan is, where you are in the process.
You can apply online at rockfinancial.com, or you can call 800-333-ROCK.
Rock Financial presents Pistons Game Day. Here's Channel 7's Don Shane.
Hello, everybody. We are live on the floor of the SBC Center here in San Antonio, where the Pistons have gotten beaten soundly. They played a terrible second half and lose game one to the San Antonio Spurs 84-69. Chauncey Billups really the only Piston who played well tonight. Tim Duncan, his usual solid self, and so was the backcourt. In the first quarter, they were off to a great start. Up as many as 13 with a nice fast break here. Chauncey to rip for the layup right there. But the Spurs came back on the trap. They steal it. Glenn Robinson ends up with a slam the other way. The Pistons were up by 3 after the first quarter. To the second quarter, Chauncey was fabulous. Look at his strong drive pass. Duncan gets it to go. Pistons up by 5. And here's the basket of the half. Chauncey, now watch him faking it, going behind his back, and pulls it back and then laid it up and in. He had 13 first half points, and the Pistons were looking pretty good. But Tony Parker kept the Spurs close. He weaves his way in and scores here. Still, the Pistons were up by 2 at the half. In the third quarter, here's the circus shot of the game, Nazr Mohammed. That's pretty lucky, and the Spurs led by 1 after that one. Tim Duncan, what a solid game. He scores and gets fouled here. Spurs up by 4 after 3. To the fourth quarter now, and Manu Ginobili was just sensational. Down the lane and scores. The Spurs were up by 7. And then it is Ginobili again, and this is pretty darn good. And he gets the bounce as he gets fouled by Rip. Spurs led by 12. Pistons made a mini comeback, but end up losing game one, 84-69. After the game, it was head coach Greg Popovich with these comments about his team's victory here tonight.
He's got to be respected down on the block or wherever we put him, and he spreads the court initially because of his presence. There's no doubt about that. It's just that those guys, can attack. And, with the rules the way they are now, every team is looking for attack guys, and we all do it. Every team has guys that are, catching it out of double teams and really taking it to the hole and either doing it themselves or kicking it to somebody else. And, the rule has helped everybody in that regard. So he's the beginning of it, though. He doesn't have to be the end all the time now. That's the important part.
Roland and Willie, last 2 questions.
Roland Lazenby, Lindy's, you out-rebounded a pretty good rebounding team tonight, Coach. Were you expecting to do that?
Well, we wanted to do that. What we didn't want is for them to beat us up on the offensive board. Tayshaun does a good job of it, and Richard, as far as smalls are concerned, and obviously their bigs do that. And with the defense on both teams being so good, we didn't think we could afford to give up extra possessions in that regard. So we didn't go in thinking we're going to do X or Y. We just wanted to stick with them, on that aspect of the game.
And they certainly did do that. Now, as for Pistons coach Larry Brown, he's not happy with the way his guys played. The players certainly were not happy with the way they played. In fact, some of them had like one-sentence comments in the locker room afterwards, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, let's hear what Larry Brown and what he had to say right after this game.
Well, I didn't think we, other than the first 7-8 minutes, matched their energy. Their effort was phenomenal. I thought the whole game. First quarter, we had a lot of easy shots. Really could have had a big lead. After that, they just made hustle play after hustle play. You look at, they had 58 rebounds. We had 42. They kept balls alive, got loose balls. You know, our guards took 25 out of 40 shots first half. Rasheed took 3 shots the first 3 minutes. And then he shot one where he had to when the clock was running down, never touched the ball after that. But they had everything to do with that. They just defended great. Bowen was phenomenal. You know, he made it tough for Rip, and you got to give him a lot of credit for the way he defended.
Really no excuses. I mean, you could say that the Pistons might have been somewhat emotionally drained and tired from the Miami series, but they're not going to say that. They got off to a pretty good start in this game, and after that didn't play well at all. You'll hear some comments from some of the players coming up after we take a break right now. Pistons game day continues from San Antonio after this.
The Rock Financial Pistons Game Day is brought to you in part by Rock Financial. Call the mortgage experts at 800-333-ROCK or visit them at rockfinancial.com. By Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. By Bell Tire, trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. By Gardner White, get the look you want for less at Gardner White. By McDonald's, come into McDonald's today for our new premium roast coffee. By SBC, going beyond the call. And by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Check out the great deals on the new 2005 Ford vehicles. Visit FordVehicles.com.
We measured and cut our last post, and all we need to do now is just set it into place.
Just straighten it out a bit.
Put the uncut end of the post. Where is she going?
Oh.
Hello? Hi, Mom. I think it's her mother.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no.
Yeah,
I have an itch.
On demand, free with Comcast digital cable. Pick from movies, classic sitcoms, cable shows, home improvement, then play, stop, rewind, or pause.
Get into the ground where most of the preservative is on it.
Comcast digital cable with On Demand. $29.99 per month for 6 months. Now TV waits for you.
Ever had too much of a good thing? We have, which is why we're having the huge Gardner White Be-All End-All clearance event. And that means incredible savings at closeout prices. Now is the time to get our finest furniture with no interest until 2008 and no minimum purchase. Plus, Gardner White pays your sales tax on every item you buy. And you get free next-day delivery and setup.
Too much of a good thing can be a great thing when it's the Gardner White Be-All End-All clearance event.
So, the open road, huh, Katie?
It's sublime, Todd.
It's nothing like it.
Except the fruit buzz.
I think my helmet's too tight, because it sounded like you said a fruit buzz.
I did. It's what happens when you eat McDonald's new fruit and walnut salad.
All right.
Fresh apples and plump grapes, creamy low-fat yogurt, and sweet candied walnuts. So amazing, it just makes me feel like...
Giving me the reins to this bad motor scooter?
Nope.
For breakfast, lunch, or just a snack, McDonald's new fruit and walnut salad. Get a fruit buzz.
It's the Chrysler and Jeep Superstore's APBA Gold Cup races. There's lots of action on the water and off. Because right now, qualified returning Daimler Chrysler employee lessees coming off an eligible lease can get the Chrysler Pacifica for just $149 a month. Plus, test drive any Chrysler or Jeep vehicle and get 2 free tickets to the races on Sunday, July 17th. Don't miss the action during the summer sales drive. Get to your Chrysler and Jeep Superstores today.
And welcome back to the post-game report for you here tonight on Pistons Game Day. As you might expect, when the Pistons don't play well, a lot of guys not really interested in facing the cameras and the microphones and the reporters and commenting on the game. But our Tom Lydon went into the locker room and did get a chance to speak with Tayshaun Prince.
You know, the whole game, we pretty much went on a lot of scoring droughts. And I think you definitely can't do that against this team. Missed a lot of easy passes throughout the whole game, especially in the first half, but we still managed to have a 2-point lead at the half. But we knew they were going to come out strong in the second half, and we didn't make shots. I don't know if it's tired legs or what, but, you know, I felt good, and got 2 quick fouls early. But other than that, you know, they made the hustle plays in the second half, you know, offensive rebounds and second, third opportunities, and killed us on the board, so that was the difference.
Tay, do you feel down the stretch there? I mean, he really, you know,
he was huge. Obviously, when we got down 10 or 4 minutes left in the game, we put Lindsay in to try to put some pressure out there on Parker and just kind of try to mix it up a little bit. pick and rolls in the second half was kind of tough with Duncan and Ginobili, and you know, they just did a tremendous job down the stretch, and obviously we didn't do that.
You knew that they were a good team defensively, but now that you've seen them in this situation, what's your impression of their defense?
We knew it before this finals happened. I mean, even though we played them only 2 times in the regular season, which we played Eastern Conference 4 times, but we knew it coming in, and we said it before the game. And, you know, we missed a lot of easy baskets. They played great defense, had some good block shots at pivotal points of the game. And, you know, like I said, I think they are rebounded by 16. That's definitely something that doesn't happen to us. And obviously we can't win like that.
Some insightful comments from Tayshaun Prince, pretty composed after this game, but clearly disappointed. Tom also caught up with Lindsey Hunter, who usually has some good things to say about the way his team operates and what happened to him tonight. Here's Lindsey's comments.
You guys are going to have to win this on the inside to be competitive.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's how we win. When Rasheed, Ben, and Dice and those guys have big games, you know, it makes it easier on our guards. You know, guys have to double, guys have to come running at us, you know, with the live dribble. It makes a big difference. And, you know, when we veer away from that, everything tends to be one-on-one, and that's, you know, not in our best interest.
Tim Duncan played like the 2-time MVP of the finals that he is here tonight, but when Ginobili goes off like this in the second half, is there an answer for him, and how important is it going to be to contain him in order to contain this series?
Well, we got to keep all those guys out of the paint. We can't let them get point-blank layups like that and dunks, and you know, expect our big guys not to get in foul trouble. You know, it's hard enough for them to deal with Tim Duncan, and as guards, we got to really concentrate on keeping Parker and Ginobili out of that lane.
Certainly Parker and Ginobili had their way in the lane, and both of them played about as well as you could expect. For Antonio McDyess, his first ever game in an NBA Finals. It did not go great for him. It did not go great for his team. Here are his thoughts after the Game 1 loss.
They kicked our butts on the boards, definitely. You know, Duncan, Nazi, Muhammad, they did a great job offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding. You know, they were getting some easy baskets off of it. Like I said, tonight it just seemed like we ran out of gas, or either they, you know, play excellent defense, which I think, you know, like I said, both of them was good for them.
I think that's the best comment from any Piston tonight. They kicked our butts from the beginning. Well, not exactly from the beginning, because the Pistons played a decent first quarter and had a lead. But after that, it was just a mess as far as the Pistons were concerned. They did not play the kind of game that they were hoping to play coming in here. Maybe they could steal a game like they did last year when they went to L.A. and stole Game 1. It did not happen, and it puts a whole bunch of pressure on them now. They get to rest up a little more and think about what happened and figure out some ways to maybe defend those guards a little bit better and defend Tim Duncan a little bit better, because now they really need to put a better effort forth in Game 2 on Sunday, try to win that game and go back to Detroit 1-1. If they go down 2-zip heading home, it's not exactly what they hoped for, let's put it that way. So they lose Game 1, and they get a lot of things to think about from the Spurs as they head into Game 2. I'm Don Shane in San Antonio. Thanks for staying up late and watching. We certainly hope things are better for Game 2. And we'll be back, of course, on Action News at 5 and 6 and 11 tomorrow with some more comments on the Pistons after this Game 1 loss in San Antonio. Good night, everybody.
The Rock Financial Pistons Game Day is brought to you in part by Rock Financial. Call the mortgage experts at 800-333-ROCK or visit them at rockfinancial.com. By Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. By Bell Tire, trust us, we'll make you happy you came in. That's a promise. By Gardner White, get the look you want for less at Gardner White. By McDonald's, come into McDonald's today for our new premium roast coffee. By SBC, going beyond the call. And by your Metro Detroit Ford dealers, think Ford first.